Your attention, Guardsman. The following holovid is required viewing for all troopers being pressed into service. If you are from Katakan, disregard the following and instead view My First Vacation Off-World, M42 edition. All other troopers stand by for processing.
Hello, and welcome to the Imperial Guard. I'm your Commissar, and I will be guiding you through the following holovid. As a Guardsman, you have chosen, or had chosen for you, to embark on a great journey in service of our undying God Emperor. And though, statistically speaking, your time with us will likely be brief, the Departamento Munitorum has put together the following holovid to get you oriented to the Astra Militarum, or the Guard, as we call it, and to get you pointed in the right direction. The Imperial Guard was founded to serve as our Imperial Majesty's armored fist, to bring worlds into compliance and to cast down heretics and vile aliens. We maintain the Emperor's peace through superior firepower and overwhelming manpower. You may come from countless worlds, but we all strive together towards asserting humanity's dominance. In your time in the Guard, you may come across many different Guardsmen of widely varying cultures and customs. As such, allow me to introduce you to a few of the other regiments you may come across. Of course, there is an uncountable number of worlds in the Imperium. You may come from a hive world, an agro world, or some place relatively decent to live. Either way, the most likely regiment you are to run into are the Cadians. Versatile, professional, and violet-eyed. Cadia is, or rather was, one of the biggest producers of soldiers. Many worlds have also been settled by the Cadians, making them ever more prolific, as they continue to raise and train regiments despite the loss of their homeworld. Of course, there are the natural survivors of Katakan, who have mastered survival in death worlds to the point of flourishing on them. Then there are the mechanized Armageddon Steel Legion, who are known for their mastery of motorized combat, and quickly overrunning their enemies in a sort of lightning warfare. There is the venerated and traditional Vostroyan Firstborn, who fight to repay a grievous sin from the far past, and are known for wielding handcrafted heirloom weapons to fight the enemies of man. Next are the much more personable Valhallan Ice Warriors, known for surviving harsh environmental conditions and their dogged determination to resist anything that is thrown at them. There's the guerrilla fighters of the Talern Desert Raiders, known for their piety and sudden decisive strikes. The Mordarian Iron Guard, which, unless you've completed Manners with Mordarians, volumes 1 through 16, you're not recommended to interact with. And finally, the Death Corps of Krieg, who fear not death and are always willing to martyr themselves for the cause. An attitude you should strive to emulate, Guardsmen. Aside from other regiments of Guardsmen, you'll notice our brothers from Mars, our attachés of tech priests and engineers, who maintain your regiment's weapons and keep them in fighting shape. Just as our tech priests maintain our equipment, there is of course the personnel of the Commissariat, who maintain unit discipline and morale. Charismatic, brave, astonishingly accurate, and humble to a fault, these selfless commissars lead from the front, /nearby, /behind the more expendable troops, to inspire courage in our men and fear in our enemies. But Commissar, you might be thinking, don't commissars shoot our own men? Good question, Guardsman. With a big boy brain like that, you'll make sergeant in no time. The answer is no. Commissars don't shoot our own men. They shoot cowards. And you're not one of those, are you, Guardsman? I thought not. These men are the gears that keep the Imperial war machine moving. But as long as we're on the topic of gear, let's have a look at the finest weaponry that is being provided to you, the humble Guardsman. Though an entire list of your equipment can be found in the copy of the Imperial Infantryman's Uplifting Primer that you were issued upon recruitment/draft, we will briefly touch on the major components of your war gear. Take note of the standard issue flak armor, helmet, and combat fatigues, which you are likely now wearing. Your armor is made of varying layers of synthetic fibers, ablative plates, and arm-plas alloys, It is light enough to allow a full range of motion with minimal encumbrance, and enough protection to absorb direct hits from most projectiles. There is noticeably less plating in the back of your armor, as to discourage cowardice. Your helmet, too, can survive las rounds, solid projectiles, and high-velocity shrapnel. Most regiments' helmets are equipped with vox beads, allowing you to maintain constant communication with your squad mates while on patrol. And next is the humble, yet powerful las gun. It is the apex of Imperial weaponry, a paragon of practicality. It is reliable, light, and packs enough punch to go through slabcrete. It has a fully automatic and semi-automatic firing mode, with an average rate of fire of 220 rounds per minute. It does not suffer bullet drop like a stub gun, has negligible recoil, and can be used in just about any environment. Equally a miracle of humanity's engineering is the power pack that the lasgun uses. Depending on power setting, it can hold around 100 shots. It can be recharged from any standard Imperial charging port. When such ports are unavailable, the power pack can be charged via body heat, campfire, and being laid in direct sunlight. Combined, the lasgun and the power pack are a logistical masterpiece, able to be shipped anywhere with no fear of failure and rearmed even when supply lines are cut. Finally, you will be armed with one standard copy of the Imperial Infantryman's Uplifting Primer, which provides in-depth training and soldiering in the Guard. Take note that, according to the Departamento Munitorum, all of the previous items are considered individually worth more than you are, and should be treated with a great deal of veneration and the respect that all such powerful tools deserve. Finally, let's take a look at how you'll follow your superior's orders. And the answer is quite simple. Stop thinking about it and go do it. Hesitation or doubt may be grounds for charges of sedition. As we finish our time together, I want you to close your eyes and imagine a perfidious Xenos warrior, trained for 1,000 years to master swordcraft and marksmanship. Now I want you to imagine how little all of that will matter when they are instantly vaporized by the artillery of the Astra Militarum. Imagine the look of surprise the heretic will feel when you kick down their door and dispense hot Imperial justice. Savor those images, and start coming up with a few good one-liners to deliver upon the enemies of mankind.
If you are a conscript grade trooper, congratulations. You have finished your required training. Firmly grip your lasgun and get out there. For everyone else, if you survive till next week, I'll see you in the next informative Departamento Munitorum Holovid.